Hey everyone, and welcome back to Mostly Business. Today we're going to dive into a critical topic that every professional services firm and financial advisor should be intimately familiar with: how to track your marketing success. So, the first thing is I need to address this shiner that I have. I was playing in the backyard with my dog Frank, and we bumped heads. So, I'm not an abusive household. You don't need to call the authorities or anything. I just have a crazy poodle. So, how to track your marketing success? You put in the work to build your brand and invest in marketing and business development, but how do you know if these efforts are actually working? So in this video, I'll share 5 essential metrics that you can track to better understand the progress of your marketing efforts, refine the strategies, and better focus on channels and your messaging. Let's dive right in. So first up, let's talk about client acquisition cost, or the acronym you'll commonly see, CAC. You should be tracking client acquisition costs to better understand how much you're spending to attract a single client. You can track your client acquisition costs by taking your total marketing spend and dividing it by total new clients over a given period. For example, if you spend $5,000 this quarter to attract 10 new clients, your client acquisition costs would be $500 per client. So why is this important? Understanding our client acquisition costs helps us understand the efficiency of our marketing spend. If your client acquisition costs are too high, you may need to reevaluate where you're putting your marketing dollars to attract new clients. On the flip side, if your client acquisition costs are remarkably low, you might want to double down in those efforts. Next, let's move on to client lifetime value, or as you'll commonly see, CLTV. This is the estimated revenue you earn from a client over the period of your relationship with them. To calculate your CLTV, take your average annual revenue per client and multiply it by how many years your average client stays with you. So for example, with financial advisors, the average life of a client relationship is 10 to 15 years. And obviously, this is impacted by a bunch of different factors, such as services offered, quality of your relationship, age of the client. So if your average client brings in $2,000 of revenue per year and they stay with you for 10 years, that client's lifetime value is $20,000. And obviously, the longer we can get a client to stay with us, the more that impacts the lifetime value of that client. Now, why does this all matter? Ideally, your client lifetime value is significantly higher than your client acquisition costs. This ensures that the time and money that you spend on your marketing efforts yields long-term positive profitability. Third, we have conversion rate by channel. As you can probably tell by the name, this metric helps you determine how effective each of your marketing channels is. So for example, if you run a webinar and you attract 100 attendees, and out of those attendees, 10 of them become new clients, your conversion rate is 10%. And the same calculation applies to all of your other channels, like your website, social media, YouTube. By measuring your conversion rate across all channels, you're able to figure out what channels are most effective for you and double down on content within those channels. Fourth, engagement rate on content. Now, this is more of a vanity metric, but understanding this will help us figure out the right kind of content to produce. This would be tracking metrics like opens, likes, shares, things that don't necessarily equate into new client meetings, but definitely move the needle and allow us to understand what kind of content is resonating. So for example, in the financial services industry, the average email open rate is somewhere around 21 to 24%, but the average click-through rate is only something like 2 to 3%. So understanding these metrics not only helps us create better content that resonates with the people that we're marketing to, it also helps us set better expectations. I know just from doing these videos, I'm not going to see 500 people click on each video. And understanding that definitely helps me set the right expectation for creating content and what that content means to me. So as a financial advisor, if your email rates are north of 25% and your click-through rates are north of 3%, hey, you're crushing it. keep going. Finally, let's talk about the elephant in the room: website traffic and lead generation. While there are a ton of tools out there to better understand what is happening on your website, there is one king and one king only: Google Analytics. If you don't have Google Analytics currently running on your website, that is something you need to have installed immediately today to better understand how the traffic on your website is operating. Beyond just general health metrics of our website, such as visits, duration of visit, clicks, we mainly want to focus on how many meetings are being scheduled and how many people are actually showing and attending those meetings. If you're effectively deploying your website, you'll notice there's a natural funnel into how people consume the content of your website. So design your content in a way that pushes people to learn more, gain more knowledge, and then take action on that knowledge with a meeting with you when appropriate. So those are the 5 metrics you should be focusing on to better understand how effective your marketing efforts are. And again, those metrics are client acquisition cost, client lifetime value, conversion rate by channel, engagement rate on content, and website traffic and lead generation. Tracking these metrics will allow you to make data-driven decisions and invest in the right marketing efforts that will move your business forward in 2024 and beyond. I remember an old gym teacher during the President Fitness test in elementary school that would always say, "What measured gets improved." And I think that holds a lot of weight for what we're trying to do with our marketing efforts. So as always, if you found this video helpful, comment, like, subscribe, shoot me a message, and let me know that you enjoyed watching it. It helps just knowing that people are actually consuming this stuff. Put this out into the YouTube atmosphere, and there's no telling what actually happens with these videos. But I'm still really enjoying doing them. Contrary to popular belief, I did not get beat up by Frank because I've not been recording videos lately. I've just had a lot going on. So thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you next time. Graham out. See ya.